Welcome back to the No State Project. I'm your host, Mark Stevens, author of Adventures in Legal. And remember, markstevens.net, M-A-R-C, Stevens with a V. And a new sponsor I want everyone to go to, evolcigs.com. It's evolcigs.com, evolcigs.com. Evol Cigs is an electronic cigarette that gives you the true freedom to enjoy smoking anywhere. Airports, restaurants, movie theaters, sporting events, and even in courtrooms. The company owner has even personally used his in a local public health department. So, hey, it's proven. And even so each eval starter kit comes with 2 batteries, 2 atomizers, 5 flavor tips of your choice, and a personal charging case that charges your batteries on the go and stores 5 flavor tips. So join the revolution and the evolution of smoking today with evolcigs at evolcigs.com, evolcigs.com. Please support the sponsor. I appreciate him supporting the show. Well, JT, we got I got a bunch of email questions and some I want to get to. So what we've got here, let's see. This is from Mike in Pennsylvania. He says, in an IRS case, if the government produces no witnesses with personal first-hand knowledge, but the lawyer states the issues of the case and enters paperwork anyhow, isn't that lawyer testifying? Isn't there a law against lawyers testifying in court? I don't know if there's Mike, if there is a law, but there's a rule of court. Also, one of the things I point out in the script is in any of the scripts, that when you're in court, you have to ask the judge point blank, are the statements and opinions of the attorney admissible as evidence in court to be used against you? And they'll tell you no. And you get them to clarify, so it has to be based on the testimony of witnesses that I can cross-examine. They should tell you yes, and that takes care of that. All they want to do is enter documents with no verification or anything. So it's a very common tactic that they do. So, yeah, you definitely have to use the word objection and then state why.
Right.
And it's always better to ask the questions instead of just saying it. Well, is he permitted to testify against me? And instead of trying to look for some law. But if you do look in the rules of court, typically you'll have I think it's in both places, you've got the ethical rules. I know, ethical rules for lawyers.
Wow, I almost choked.
Yeah. You've got the ethical rules in the attorneys, and there should be something in the rules of evidence to support that also. Okay, so appreciate Mike in Pennsylvania for that question. And I have a question also from Kristen. She says, has anyone thought to have a class action type of lawsuit against all the unconstitutional traffic tickets not involving a victim? Seems to be that we have ample evidence to prove that all the cases not having proper standing due to lack of corpus delicti to have them proven unconstitutional, therefore proving the need to have them all stricken from the law's books. Yes, I am quite aware of the falsity of the state, and yet it continues to exist and hurt people daily. Why not use the system to attack itself in the hopes of causing the beast to eat itself in the process? Just something that came to me today. I hope that you can raise this question to the masses of your listeners in the hopes of sparking interest in this concept. Thank you. Well, it has been thought of, and people, I believe people have done that. It's the issue of sovereign immunity, that they're doing it under the color of law. So it's
declaring themselves as sovereign immunity.
Yeah,
and they have sovereign immunity because they have the monopoly on the ability to commit murder, and make it look good.
Yeah, so it's something that people have done. People have brought RICO actions in federal court against them, and they've never gone anywhere
because their employees are ruling on it.
Well, you know how much. Yeah, you know how much money they make from the traffic system?
Oh, it's just obscene.
It's in the billions, and so it's not something they're going to turn around and stop. So yes, to answer the question, it has been thought of. They've done it a number of different ways. Title 42 lawsuits. What is that? Title 41, Title 42, Section 1940. I forget the exact. It's a Title 40. People know what that is. You can look at it. It is an action for the deprivation of rights on the color of state law. So people have used that for years, and nothing has ever been successful. I agree. Yes, you can show that according to the Constitution, they only have jurisdiction over cases, and they ignore it on a daily basis. Maybe what we can do is, at least in the court of public opinion, what we should start doing, JT, is have people all over get a parking ticket.
Yeah.
So we get people from California all the way to New Hampshire. Let's not just be the Keeniacs doing this, okay? Everyone, a bunch of us go out and purposely get a parking ticket. And, we'll do a video we'll do radio shows. We'll try to, get some bureaucrats on about it. And let's say we have people from each so-called state get these parking tickets. And we'll be able to show that the law shows that they're not supposed to have jurisdiction. They only have jurisdiction over cases. We can show that there is no case. There's no violation of legal right. There's no damage. There is no case. And show how each one is dealt with. We also get the civil disobedience in.
Right.
So but people can see how they're responding to this, and then we can have reporters, if they go to court, report on what happened. So we'll have direct evidence, through the form of testimony as to what happened. Did it get thrown out? Did they ignore it? And something like that would go a lot further than filing against them in court and just having them, on like a RICO action or something like that.
Right. And you're going to see consistent behavior across all monopolistic theft organizations too, as far as reaction.
Well, you're going to see that.
They'll vary in result, but.
I think it's actually important to see the variance in the result, because I think the variance in the result is actually going to show more, because you're going to have a number of them, because I've had my last 2 parking tickets thrown out. The variance is really going to, so we'll be able to show, well, let's say hypothetically we get 25 of the 50, well, let's just say 10 of the 50, they'd throw it out.
Wow.
What does that say about the 40 that didn't?
Well, yeah, it's it points out the criminality all the more.
Yeah, because we'll have...
Why did these 10 get thrown out and these 40 did not?
Yeah, so that's something we can bring up on the show, and we can have people act as reporters and trying to get some statements from these judges. Look, this is we don't have to. Look, let's talk about these other cases here. In a general way, it was shown that there was no case here,
right? And
they threw it out. Why didn't you throw it out? Well, I'm not at liberty to talk about a case. Well, it's already over.
Exactly.
I love how they say, well, we can't talk about an ongoing investigation. Really? Really? I mean, how many times, JT, did they rush with their news statements to and press conferences about something where somebody's arrested and they're giving details?
Right.
They only give out what they, when they don't answer questions. It all boils down to they only answer the questions that make them look good, but they don't answer the questions that takes away from that.
Of course not.
Oh yeah, well they got to protect themselves, of course.
It's a criminal operation, absolutely. They have to be able to commit the crimes and still look good, but still looking good, just based on my perception of society these days, is fading fast. Which is why you see them becoming more open about their use of force. Yeah. Well, there's a lot going on, and you heard one of the commercials, Stansberry. Yes, I've watched that. I'm a paying client to the newsletter, and it's take the hour and 10 minutes to watch it, folks. It's a must watch. Yeah, there's a lot going on right now, and unfortunately this week gas went up another 10 cents a gallon. Yeah, that's $3.29 here. How about down in your neck? Well, it went up 10 cents to the averages, for the low grade, the 87 is now at $3. Wow. You've got $2.99, $3, $3.01. So yeah, another 10-cent jump in price this week, and it's not like it's not showing any signs of slowing down, of course. No. So, anyway, we'll finish talking about that and then get into some civil disobedience in the Austin, Texas area when we get back. My name is Mark Stevens. This is the No State Project. You can hear it on markstevens.net. That's MARC, Stevens with a V, or go to LRN.FM. Don't go away. We'll be back with some civil disobedience in just a moment.